Jesus said to the apostles, "Who among you would say to your servant who has just come from plowing and tending sheep in the field, 'Come here immediately and take your place at the table'? Would he not rather say to him, 'Prepare something for me to eat. Put on your apron and wait on me for while I eat and drink. You may eat and drink when I am finished'? Is he grateful to that servant because he did what was commanded? So should be it with you. When you have done all you have been commanded, say, 'We are unprofitable servants. We have done what we were obliged to do.'" The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Let us imagine a flat city and a house in the middle of that city. In that city there is a cataclysm, and it sinks. But that house remains, for it has not sunk. Everything around it has sunk, several hundred meters down, but that house has remained. It was built on a special rock. It has remained. Those who live in that house may think, "How high we are! This is a tower compared to what is left below." In reality, this house is what it was. How do I tell this story? Because it seems to me to be a good x-ray of what is happening right now. The world has collapsed, it has sunk. I'm not going to go into detailed perception, but we all know it. Pornography consumption is tremendous. Rapes, even group rapes is what it's called in Spain, las manadas, are there growing. Domestic violence against women does not decrease, nor pedophilia. Wars are the order of the day. There are fewer and fewer marriages, and that does not mean there are fewer breakups, because when they go to live together, they also separate. Therefore, it is as if it were a breakup, although it is not counted statistically. There are no children. It is a world that has collapsed. If anyone in this world that has collapsed remains, goes to Sunday Mass, he tries to go more or less success to keep his children within human religious moral norms. He's a professional, from the housewife to a minister, who tries to fulfill his obligation and not to steal, not to corrupt himself. That is, what was before the normal thing. Now the world has collapsed. That person is like example I said in the house, that person where he was. He's not doing anything special. He's doing what everyone else did before. But now it is something extraordinary. What is the temptation for that person? To feel superior. Furthermore, that believing that person may even have the temptation to fall into it to address God, saying, "Look how good I am, because that one cheats on his wife. The other has not married. The other one has killed his son when he was not born yet. The other is corrupt. The other frankly has everything." He might think that, say, "I'm really good," and tell God, "You have to be grateful for me, huh? You have to be grateful for me because I go to Mass and no one else goes. Almost no one goes. You have to be grateful to me because I fulfill the commandments, which others do not fulfill. You have to be grateful to me that others do not fulfill." That is a temptation. Surely, some fall into it, consider themselves better. Not only that others, but they consider themselves better than what they would have considered themselves before. Before, they would have said to themselves, "I'm doing normal. Not cheating on my wife, I'm not doing anything extraordinary, giving alms, taking care of my elderly parents. What is normal?" Now what is normal is no longer normal, because what is normal is degradation. It is, I repeat, frequent and almost inevitable that I have the temptation to arrogance. How good I am! Before, he would have said, "I'm normal. This is nothing extraordinary." Now the temptation is to say, "I'm so good. How good I am. God owes me something because I'm great. Look at the other one, and the other one, and the other one. How good I am." We have to position ourselves in normality. What does today's gospel tell us? When you have done what you have to do, don't feel extraordinary, don't feel great. When you have done what you have to do, turn to God and thank Him, because He's the one who has made you capable of doing, and because you have done nothing but fulfill your obligation. Pride is like those birds. In Spain we call it cuckoo bird. which lays its egg on the nest of other birds, and when it and the other chicks are born, it dedicates itself to throwing those who are there, who are legitimate ones, out of the nest, children of the parents who are feeding them. Pride feeds on virtue. Pride feeds on good works. Pride is a terrible trap. It is very dangerous, snake. He's continually telling in our ears, how good I am, how good you are complying and the other is not. Look, compare yourself. Look what a disaster the other is. Look at that priest, at that other bishop. Look at that other's husbands. Look at that other's wives. Look at the other worker. Look at her or him. The Lord tells us, put in yourself in reality. It is true that the world around you has collapsed. It is true. It is true. It is true that you are perhaps 100 meters away while before you are in the park. However, what you are doing is nothing extraordinary, simply fulfilling your obligation. You do it because God gives you the strength to do it. Furthermore, if you have to do something extraordinary with the help of God, you would have to be willing to shed your blood for Him, to give everything for Him. Only humility makes us saints, because everything is for Him. Because the humble is the one who gives thanks to God and the one who says, I am not doing anything special. God deserves this and much more, infinitely more. I would like to be more, to give more to the one who deserves everything. Beware of the pride that leads us to compare ourselves with others, to consider ourselves better, when in reality we're not doing anything that we should not do. May it be so.